Thousands of Kenyans throng Moi's Kabarak home for final send-off, resulting in long queues. People started streaming in as early as 5 a.m., with many coming from far places such as Mangu and Kakamega. Mourners attending the burial ceremony received a bottle of soda and a loaf of bread each, and former President Daniel Arap Moi be laid to rest at his Kabarak home in an event that will host President Uhuru, foreign dignitaries and government officials. Take a look.
Anawasili Rais wetu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi ya Kenya, na kama vile nilivyoeleza kuwaeleza hapo awali, tusimame sote kwa wimbo wa taifa tafadhali, na kwaya tuimbe wimbo wetu wa taifa.
And Tuju was heading to Kabarak for the burial of former President Daniel Arap Moi when his vehicle collided head-on with a matatu. The government spokesman Cyrus Oguna confirmed the accident but did not provide more details, only saying he had been airlifted to Nairobi. He first received emergency treatment at the Kijabe Mission Hospital, and Tuju's driver and bodyguard are also said to have sustained injuries. There was a huge traffic snarl-up at the scene of the accident as several dignitaries headed to Kabarak stopped to have a glimpse as others tried to assist them out. Photos from the accident scene are showing a black Land Cruiser badly damaged on the front part because of the impact. Take a look.
Peke yake. Hiyo baba.
Kuna simu hapa. Ndio zinapiga. Ndio.
Kagoja akora mwalimu.
And of course, we wish him a quick recovery. Moving on, Francis Mukinda, a farmer at Kadhuri village in Maragua location, Tharaka North sub-county, led in suspecting his crops that have been destroyed by swarms of locusts that have turned his farm a bedroom for the last 11 days. Take a look.
Francis Mukinde, a farmer at Kadhuri village in Maragua location, Tharaka North sub-county, Tharaka Nithi County, led in inspecting his crops that have been destroyed by swarms of locusts that have turned his farm to a bedroom for the last 11 days.
Na hii kitu ni mnyama mbaya sababu imekuja several times hapa hivi ikiwa imelala kwa shamba yangu. Hii ni kitu inakuja ikiwa kwa wingi rundo. Hata wewe unaogopa ikiwa juu. Sababu inalia ikiwa juu na surround wewe. Sasa hata vile tunashangaa ni aje itakuwa namna gani.
He said that Kadhuri villagers have nowhere to look for food, for the swarms invades their village farms every evening and morning before and after touring to other places in the constituency.
Imekuja nini wakati mara 3 ikalala kwa hii upala na mpaka ikanikulia kila kitu yote, mawele, dengu na majani ya ng'ombe. Na sasa hivi hatujui vile tunaweza kufanya sababu kila kitu yote tunauliza tusaidiwe namna gani na serikali. Kitu kama saa 10 hivi mpaka kutua kwa jua sitakuja sababu sinapitia hapa hivi na mahali kumefika usiku jioni mpaka italala itatua hapa hivi na ilale. Mpaka kiamuka asubuhi ndio unakuta inakula kabisa nipate nguvu ya kupaa juu.
He told media that the government has been so reluctant on acting with the locusts, hence calling for help from schools and other villages to help them scare the insect away after waiting for the government help with no response.
Tukongojea ndege kuja ndio peperushe, hakuna. Tukongojea several times, hata wakati ya pili ndege hakuna ili kuja. Na tulikuwa tumeambiwa tutipige mpaka wache ikae. Lakini wakati ilianza kupeperuka mpaka ikaanza kusambaa kila mahali, ndio sisi wenyewe tulichukua hatua ya kufanya kama at least tuokoe. Na several times watu wamekuja, wamejaribu, nimejaribu kuita hata watoto wa shule wakuja wanisaidia mpaka wakapiga igasinda mpaka wakarudi shule.
Mr. Mukinde, the ex-Kenyan Defense Forces officer, feels that Kenya is under threat and the government should find a faster way to control the swarms before they destroy other food basket areas in the country.
Hii mnyama serikali kwa nini ilipenya wapi kuingia Kenya? Ilipenya wapi na ngali serikali inajua hii wakati tunakuwa na njaa tumesindwa, tutanyang'anywa mafuta, tutanyang'anywa nini, tutanyang'anywa na vita tutaweza. Lakini inakula ile mazao inaweza kusaidia binadamu ya Kenya. Asa Kenya ni citizen. Ni nini ilipenya ndani yake mpaka ikakuja Kenya mpaka ikakuwa issue hii?
Martin Mugambi, Destiny TV, Tharaka Nithi County.
And moving on, Isiolo interfaith leaders have questioned political approach to handling land matters in Isiolo, where they said they were not consulted in any way. The sentiment come at a time which political issues have taken the center stage recently on matters of land, where the Isiolo political leaders are divided in opinion on whether land should be surveyed and titles issues in the county.
Hatuwezi kuja kuingilia because kazi nyingine ambayo kama hujauzishwa kuingia ndani kujiharibu. Mara nyingine mali labda hutakikani ukienda utachukiwa.
Ya kutatiza matatizo ya ardhi ni masuala ambayo ni nyeti sana, na ningeomba viongozi wetu wote, tunajua wanatafuta maslahi ya mwananchi, lakini kila mtu anazungumza lugha tofauti. Ingekuwa bora zaidi sisi kama viongozi wa dini tulio Isiolo tunawaomba kwa heshima wakae pamoja.
Lakini ikiingizwa siasa, mtu wa kawaida na shida sasa kujua kati ya viongozi wetu wote ni nani ako na mwananchi na nani hayuko na mwananchi.
Wani wetu na pia watualike viongozi wa dini na baraza la wazee ili tuweze kuwa na mwelekeo.
Hata na judge ambaye anasimamia mambo ya ardhi katika sehemu hii ya Meru na Isiolo na Marsabit, na mara nyingi tuambia yale mambo ambayo anaona Isiolo hayapo mahali pengine. Kama hii unakuta ploti moja iko na watu wawili ama watatu na watu wako na cheti, yako na ile PDP. Hiyo inaonekana kuna mtu ambaye vilevile anafanya michoro ambayo si halali.
Hii ardhi anatutosha zote. Ardhi hii ni kubwa, Mwenyezi Mungu ametujalia ardhi kubwa na tena ardhi nzuri, iko na rutuba nzuri, anatutosha zote. Hakuna haja kuzozania na watu wanasumbuana.
Ambapo kuna mizozo mikubwa na watu wako kotini, waweze kupewa muda wa kusikizana ili tusiharakishe kupeana title sehemu kama hizo, tukute tumepea mtu ambaye si halisi, si mwenyewe halisi, na yule mwenyewe halisi abaki bila. So ningeomba zile kesi ziko koti, tujaribu vile ambazo tunaweza ondolewa na hata kutumia wazee ama alternative dispute resolutions kupitia kwa mahakama yetu irudishe hiyo makesi yote ya ardhi kwa wazee, kwa sababu wakati huu kama Isiolo ni county moja ambayo imechaguliwa kuwa pilot project ya alternative dispute resolution.
We'll now take a short commercial break. Do not go far. We'll be back with business and sports story.
Uko na mtoto ambaye amekataa shule au ameanguka mtihani wake wa kidato cha 4 kwa sababu ya kutumia pombe au mihadarati, ama akona shida yoyote ya kiakili, ama awe na msongamano wa mawazo mpaka anaongea kuhusu kujitoa uhai, tutembelee hapa St. Nicholas Rehabilitation Center, Industrial Training Institute and Secondary School na utapata majibu kamili. Tunapeana huduma kama drug test for alcohol and substance use, detoxification of alcoholism and addiction, treatment and rehabilitation for alcohol and drug addiction cases, medical management of psychiatric disorders, guidance and counseling, secondary and technical education offered during and after rehab process for school dropouts. St. Nicholas Rehabilitation Center iko na ulinzi wa kutosha kuhakikisha mtoto wako ako salama. Tunapatikana maeneo ya Tigania, barabara kuu ya Meru Maua katikati ya Kianjai na Gondone. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari zifuatazo: 0715773374 ama 0715773440 ama 0704393969. Karibuni nyote.
Every day, people leave their home to the market either to buy or sell. A majority do not have an idea on where to sell or where to get what they want. Why? What is not marketed is not known. Not advertising is like stopping a watch to save time. Worry no more. Destiny Television and Destiny Radio are here to connect you to your next client. Talk to us for your business visibility and improved sales. For more information, contact us on 0721 140 831 or 0724 156 703. Destiny Television, impacting your life.
Back and thank you for watching. Officials have blamed climate change and indiscriminatory use of agrochemicals for the sharp decline in honey production to 25,000 tons. About 13,000 metric tons of honey are required to bridge the gap of the standard annual national consumption level of about 38,000 tons. Take a look.
About 13,000 metric tons of honey are required to bridge the gap of the standard annual national consumption level of about 38,000 metric tons, the officials said. They have also blamed the destruction of bee habitats as well as emerging pests and diseases for low production. In order to reverse this trend, new and bold initiatives are required to achieve the estimated annual production potential of 100,000 metric tons in the country. Mr. Kamutai observed that honey production has been on a steady decline in the last several years and urged farmers to be ardent in addressing the industry issues. Officials have blamed climate change and indiscriminate use of agrochemicals for the sharp decline in honey production to 25,000 tons. About 13,000 metric tons of honey are required to bridge the gap of the standard annual national consumption level of about 38,000 metric tons, the officials said. They have also blamed the destruction of bee habitats as well as emerging pests and diseases for low production. Livestock Principal Secretary Harry Kimutai said when he opened the Nakuru County Apiculture Stakeholders Workshop on Monday, in order to reverse this trend, new and bold initiatives are required to achieve the estimated annual production potential of 100,000 metric tons in the country. Mr. Kimutai observed that honey production has been on a steady decline in the last several years and urged farmers to be ardent in addressing the industry issues. The workshop was organized for beekeepers, bee equipment manufacturers, honey processors and traders, researchers, students and staff from both the national and county government to encourage public-private sector partnership in the beekeeping industry. The sector accounts for 65% of Kenya's exports and employs 80% of the workforce. Kenya Vision 2030 identifies agriculture as one of the 6 key economic sectors that are expected to drive the economy to a projected 10% economic growth annually over the next 2 decades. Nakuru County Executive Member of Agriculture Dr. Immaculate Maina said farmers are incapacitated by bee colonies which have declined globally. She, however, promised farmers drawn from Molo, Njoro, Rongai, Bahati, Subukia, Gilgil and Naivasha sub-counties that efforts to reverse the worrying trend of bee colony decline are on top gear, considering the government has for the last 2 years embarked on a number of initiatives aimed at bee colony multiplication and genetic resource conservation. For Destiny TV Business News, I'm Joyce Obure.
The Central Bank of Kenya has rolled out a mobile platform through which retail investors will be able to apply for and trade treasury bills and bonds. The government's fiscal agent says the new service will make it easier to process transactions of 140,000 Kenya shillings and below.
Government's fiscal agent says the new service will make it easier to process a transaction of 140,000 shillings and below. The move could potentially take investing in treasuries to the mass market by eliminating the friction in the current market infrastructure. The bank is pleased to inform you about the rollout of the Treasury Mobile Direct TMD services designed to facilitate investment in government securities using the mobile telephone. CBK said in a notice to investors to access these services, investors will be required to register for this facility at the nearest Central Bank of Kenya branch or currency center. Retail investors have been applying for the debt instruments on physical forms that are delivered to CBK branches and currency centers. They have had to contact the CBK to confirm if the application was successful and the amounts they are to pay. Alternatively, the investors have hired banks to apply for the securities on their behalf. The lenders charge a commission of 0.15% of the actual amount invested in a bond or T-bill. The small investors have also relied on CBK's website and newspaper advertisement for announcement of new T-bill and bond auctions. The mobile service will now aggregate all these services and others, including a request of statement and receipt of the cash value of maturing securities. The mobile service is expected to avail to retail investors the same level of convenience that big buyers of treasuries such as banks have been enjoying. For more than a year now, banks have been placing their bids for treasuries through an online platform. Retail investors and other non-bank participants had bought a cumulative of 125 billion shillings worth of treasuries as of January 31st, 2020, representing 4.27% of the total domestic sovereign debt. CBK's Treasury Mobile Direct platform builds on the Makib service, which has raised nearly 800 million shillings from more than 500,000 investors. For Destiny TV Business News, I'm Joyce Obure.
And of course, on to a story, John Javakanya has more.
National Women's Volleyball Team head coach Paul Bitok has lauded the decision by Kenya Volleyball Federation KVF to fully adopt a new league format aimed at ensuring Kenya's volleyball calendar runs in conformity with that of International Volleyball Federation FIVB. The upcoming transition KVF season will serve off Friday in Nyeri and end in July to pave way for the new league calendar, which will start in October and conclude in May next year. And Bitok says the changes will spark Kenya's volleyball growth. Kenya's National Regular League has been operating from February to December, with all the matches bar playoffs being played outdoor throughout the period, but the new format will see the matches played on an away basis in the gymnasium. Elsewhere, Lions could not turn a dominant performance into 3 valuable points in the championship promotion race in a 1-1 draw at Brentford. The host would